Hi, welcome to the table with Tony D. I'm Tony D. Today's date is February 10th, 2020. Um, I haven't made a video in a minute because, I've been busy doing other stuff, and to be honest with you, I really just haven't, I don't know, I just haven't felt the connection or whatever. But there's a case, a trial that's going on down in Dallas. The Christopher Hess trial. Christopher Hess trial. Hope I'm saying his name right. Christopher Hess is a lieutenant, sergeant, or upper rank police officer. Sometime, I think in the beginning or late 2017, there was a police involved shooting of a woman by the name of, oh my goodness, I want to say her name is Gwyneth or Gweniva or something like that. But her and her, I presume to be boyfriend, was asleep in a car, and somebody from an apartment. They had a car, and they was in a car in an apartment complex parking lot asleep. Somebody reported a suspicious car or whatever. So the cops come out, and they try to get a response, and they didn't answer or whatever, and she, woke up, cut her lights on, and as she tried to back out, the cop car stopped her from backing out. And then when she tried to go forward and realized she couldn't go forward, she went to go back out again. And 6 police officers took and just started shooting like it was nobody's business. They're in day, I believe now, today, if it begins today, if the trial comes on today, it would be day 5. I didn't find out about this until like the second day of when I was listening to it. What's weird in this situation is that the prosecutors are black and the defense are white, and they got one black guy on there. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Gwyneth was of Latino descent. I'm not sure if she was Puerto Rican or Mexican or Lebanese. I don't know, but I believe she was Mexican. I believe she's either from Puerto Rican or Mexican. She's a Latino. I do know that much. She was a Latino. And they arrested her boyfriend, and she had a gunshot wound to the neck, and I guess she died from her injuries at the hospital. I really don't know too much on what happened afterwards or whatever, but I do know that whoever is that prosecutor down there, that black prosecutor, whatever her name is, I just don't understand. What was funny was, I know I'm going in circles with this, y'all. Just bear with me. What was funny about this was, they were trying to say that she was using the car as a weapon. This girl was going no more than 1, maybe 2 miles an hour. As she was backing up, she had on her backup lights. And the police decided to trap her in, so she tried to go forward. Then she tried to go back again, and they shot her, saying that she rammed the police car twice, which that didn't happen. This is the part where I wanted to get to. So the attorney was like, well, what happened? Well, she was using the car as a weapon, and she was going 2 miles per hour, and she was using it as a weapon. And they got a specialist up there to say that, oh, my hand itching. I hope that means I'm covering into some money. They got a specialist up there to basically say that that a car going 2 miles per hour can inflict bodily harm on an officer. So that's the reason why they had the right to, do what they did. And the lady pulled out some type of thing in the law book, the prosecutor, the black lady, and said, well, it says here that if a car is moving and it's going 2 miles per hour, you move out the way. And that makes sense to me. That's just common sense. This is not the first time, well, some shit always going on down there in Texas, especially Dallas, but this is not the first time where I've heard of police officers shooting somebody because they were driving and the police officer stood in the way and they wouldn't stop, and they decided that their life was in danger. I think that's a cop-out. I think that rule needs to change because You're saying that your life is in danger. Then why put your life in danger? Move out the way. All these, I wanted to do a separate video about this, and I will. I keep saying I'm gonna do videos and I'm doing, but I'm gonna get this one done. The video I'm about to do, I'm gonna do a video on this, on police and these pit maneuvers. It's like, y'all put yourselves, they put themselves in more danger than they have to be. With their whole situation, all they had to do was knock on the door. They didn't get a response. You see two people in the car asleep. What's the big deal? You know, and they always want to, and then what kills me is, this is another thing that makes me angry. Like, you know, they sat there and shot this woman like she wasn't nothing, then gonna sit in court and say she was trying to use a, then what pisses me off, this is what pisses me off. Excuse me, let me get this right. Okay, now, after they done, all six of them done shot or whatever, this, that, and the third, I'm surprised as many bullets as they sprayed, I'm surprised only one hit her. But then it turns into, okay, well, once they discovered she didn't have a gun, then it turns into, well, what if she did? That's how the cops work. Just like with that whole, Botham John situation, the Botham Jean situation, where they were saying that, well, if he wasn't in his house, and did she act reasonably because she thought that she was out? No. They thought a gun. No. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. I don't understand how in the hell we expect for the President of the United States to take responsibility when you got motherfucking police officers that's not taking responsibility, not being held accountable. Somebody needs to be held accountable for that. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Just how easy y'all use force, deadly force. That was not necessary. Anybody that looks at that video, matter of fact, I'm going to get the link to it and I'm going to put it up. But that was so unnecessary. Unnecessary force. Then the motherfuckers y'all need to be doing that too, y'all don't want to do it too. You know, it's a shame. They shot that poor sister. She's a sister. Shot that poor sister like she was nothing. How is that protected anybody when you have another passenger in the car? Imagine if a child was in the car and would have got hit. Oh, I guess that would have been her fault too. Like, you know, they go around killing people, then want to charge other people with their murders. That's another thing I gotta get. I think, you know what, I think that and that one gonna be the same video. But yeah, man, like, it's sickening. And, you know, I get, that's the reason why I really had stopped reporting on stuff like this, but it gets sickening. It doesn't matter black, white, what, it happens to us more than anybody, but it doesn't matter, in my opinion, black, white, Puerto Rican, indifference getting shot down by the police. Nobody has the right to decide if somebody should live or die. Self-defense is one thing. Self-defense is one thing. But when do you decide? It's like, for instance, I gotta find this because this is something that I need people to look at and watch. Now, this is white on white. This is two white people. It was a guy somewhere in, I want to say Tennessee or Kentucky, and he was running from the cops or whatever. He had a suspended license. He was going like 50 miles per hour or whatever. And something happened when he rammed the police car, and the police lieutenant ordered a police officer to take him out, to kill him. And he did. Then at the end, the cop sitting on there crying and doing all this, and the lieutenant was like, well, you know, he can't be ramming my cars. Then the town, I'm looking in the mirror. And then the town that they were in, whenever some small town, it's either Tennessee or Kentucky, it's one of them two, was saying that they found it justified, but somehow some news station opened it up and they was questioning the chief. My question is, who the fuck are you to say if somebody should live or die or not? That's my issue. You don't have that right to choose that. Like, something's got to change. And for these fucking black officers, this is a whole nother video. I am so sick of y'all just standing on the sideline not saying nothing. Y'all don't say anything. I understand that those your brothers or whatever, code or blue or whatever, but it needs to be another code. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense, man. Like, I applaud and I applaud people that becomes police officers and that want to protect and serve the community, which you're supposed to do. And I know with kids today, how things are. I can imagine, but it just has to be another way. Cause this right here, this ain't working. But I don't want to go all night, all this and that. But I just wanted to just speak my mind on that. Like, I feel it's some fucked up shit. I feel as though that everybody needs to be held accountable for the things that they do and the things that they say. No life equals more than another, So he wouldn't have. If it was two white people in there, I don't think they would have shot the car like that. Because they don't know what's in it, so they have a right to kill you. Because they feel as though they're in fear, and they wanted to go home. Well, hell, because they wanted to go home, and like, y'all don't think that girl wanted to go home? You think that she was going to be? You think that she expected to have her down?
For all I know, the Mexicans are driving the streets looking for me. With all these streetlights on, I'd be a sitting duck. But under here, it would be.
Well, that's all. I'm gonna leave it at. If you like this video, please like, subscribe. I'll be coming out with more soon. I've just been on a hiatus or whatever you want to call it. All right, I'll holler at you later. Peace.